Good morning, everyone. Welcome to this Wednesday's edition of 1 Million Cups Fairfax. We're so happy that you are here with us. Now, if this is your first time, let me tell you a little bit about who we are. We are part of the Kaufman Foundation. We work with communities and entrepreneurship, education to increase opportunities that allow all people to learn, to take risks, and to own their own success. We are a national and local mission, and we work towards this mission through creating a consistent educational experience for each 1MC presenter nationwide, while also highlighting the uniqueness and value proposition in each local startup community. Now, like all organizations, we do have our key pillars. We have 4 of them. First one is we do presentations, not pitches. It's not a place to come and try and raise money for your organization. There are other avenues to do that. We look for authentic connections. It's not networking. Think of us more as a community of mastermind. We are run for the community, by the community, and we are radically and intentionally inclusive. So welcome to all our visitors. If you are new here, please do us a favor and raise your hand. And when called on, just tell us your name, your company, and how you heard about us. So do we have anyone new?
Yes, this is Umar Mohammed.
Mohammed, welcome. Tell us about you, your company, and how you heard about us.
Yeah. So I am a software developer, and currently I am associated with today's presenters, LeakZAlert. So I have heard from the LeakZAlert and joining you guys to see how things are happening in the community, how you are encouraging and empowering the community overall and nationwide as well as locally. So that was pretty much from my side.
Welcome. Well, thank you for
Thank you.
being here. Is there anyone else?
There's Kelly Smith, if she's here. She was a presenter a couple of years ago. I see her on the participation list.
No worries. We can always roll back. Kelly can introduce herself. If you are new...
Oh, sorry.
Sorry, Kelly.
Hello, I'm sorry about that. I am driving, so I had to park real quick so I could talk.
So,
I am technically not new, but I have been but it's been many years since I've been. So I thought I would just jump on and see how things have changed and what's new with the group.
well, welcome back, Kelly. Glad you're here.
Thank you.
Kelly did microgreens, and you probably still are.
No, I'm actually doing something different. Yeah.
Oh, then you have to come back and present that one then.
I absolutely will try to do so. Yeah.
Thanks, Kelly. Thanks for being here. Anyone else? And we can move on.
I think we have Robert.
Good morning. My name is Robert Zuschel. I'm the owner of Lavender Frog LLC. First time here. Mostly on e-commerce, selling my 2 products that I have.
How did you hear about us, Robert?
A mutual friend that we met at a meet and greet. He also was doing e-commerce as well, different type of product and all, and we just hit it off. And he and I actually went to coffee one time to do brainstorming between the 2 of us, and he told me about your group.
Awesome.
So here I am.
Spreading the word. We love it. We love it. Well, thanks for being here, everybody. So one of the things we ask you to do, if you can, is to check it in, right? I know many of you registered to get here, but as you can see, we have a QR code. If you have a second, scan the QR code, check yourself in. This allows us to capture the numbers of people that are actually coming as participants to our little soiree. And it helps Jen fight for more swag and nice things that we can give away to our peeps. If you happen to miss it, don't worry about it. It'll come back later on. So as I said earlier, this is by the community, for the community. So everyone that is involved in the 1 Million Cups, we are all volunteers. We have 2 groups. We've got our organization team and we've got our brand ambassadors. If you are interested in becoming an organizer for 1 Million Cups, there is a little QR code in that bottom right-hand corner that you can scan. and someone will get back in touch with you and we can have a talk and discussion about what it takes to become an organizer here. But as you can tell, there's a few of us. We always look for more, we like to spread the wealth, help to spread the workload, but it's a very worthwhile thing to be doing. And many of us have been doing it for a while. So there you go. So we have two sponsors for 1 Million Cups. I'm going to ask the lovely Jen Dalton to come in and talk about George Mason and also NABO. So Jen, over to you.
Thank you, James. George Mason Enterprise Center in Fairfax is an incubator for businesses who are looking to scale and grow. You can reach out to Eddie Hill. I would reach out soon. They're getting close to 80% occupancy. So if you want to be a virtual member, no problem. If you want to have office space that can scale with your business, do check them out. They also have over 20 mentors now. They just added a few new mentors. These mentors are free and available for you to grow your business. And sometimes being a business owner can be lonely. So having a community of business owners like they have, as well as having dedicated mentors. They also have ICAP programs for commercialization. Many companies internationally, if they're trying to launch in the DC area, use Mason Enterprise Center as a launch pad. So check it out, mec-fairfax.org. I'm going to switch over to my other hat as a NABO board member. The National Association of Women Business Owners Greater DC chapter has their September membership drive. It's $75 off membership. Do check it out. They have monthly events and programming for education, but also to build your network. It's a fantastic group, and they are our coffee sponsor this month. So there's a wine and wisdom event next week. If you want to meet and learn more about it, I will be at that event. Happy to be your wing person. And with that, I'm going to hand it back over to James.
Thanks, Jen. So a little bit about how this is going to work. So in a second, I am going to pass the microphone over to Mr. Seeman Saeed to talk about his company and his challenge. When Seeman is complete, we'll move into the Q&A session. Until then, we're going to request that you keep yourself on mute. If you do have a question, raise your hand using the toolbar at the bottom of your Zoom screen. And we will come around in order of hands being raised, and you can ask your question or give guidance. Try and keep it civil, try and keep it motivational. We're all here to try and help Seeman get through his challenge. So with that being said, Mr. Saeed, I am going to hand over the microphone to you. And as I said at the beginning, when you want to move to the next slide, just say next, and I will move you through. Over to you, my friend.
Thank you very much. First, let me say thank you to all of you guys for doing an amazing job, bringing in the entrepreneurs together and trying to help each other, right? So great. Thank you for doing that. So LeakZAlert. So what is a LeakZAlert? So it's a company where we monitor and notify the owners when there's a water leak. How we do that? We're going to go through the slides and you probably see that. The goal is to protecting your property. We do proactively, and there's a wisdom behind the proactively. I'll come back maybe in the slide at some point. Proactively detect, monitor, and notify water leaks. And just to let you know, a drop is enough if you need to stop it in time. Otherwise, a drop can become an issue in your home. And I'm sure everybody has gone through in their homes and whatever when there's a water leaks. Next slide, please. Okay, so challenge question. How do I quickly move, scale, and close my water sensor monitoring service from early adopters to enterprise pilots and strategic partnerships, so it becomes the go-to industry standard for predictive water damage prevention, not just a niche solution? Next slide, please. So who I am, what the company is, a little bit background. We've been solution architects helping customers with predictive maintenance in plumbing infrastructure in your property. Do you know there's a infrastructure behind your walls, which is a plumbing, all the pipes, how they're connected, a whole kind of stuff. So that's where we come in and do the maintenance and which plumbing or the joint's gonna leak, and if they leak, how fast you need to know about that. We do monitoring, real-time water leak detection, and notifying customers. We do design and integrate IT, OT, physical security, and cyber security systems for federal government and DoD, and we've been a trusted advisors for a lot of companies and a lot of agencies in the past. We invested in this technology almost 8 years ago for home use, for family and friends, close by neighbors and stuff to test it out. We did the T&E, test and evaluation, multiple vendors with their offering water leak detection prevention systems. But I think at this point we test like four different vendors over the 8 years, and probably we pick one which is more affordable, which more technology savvy, all kind of stuff. So we have a whole kind of a SWOT done on those products and see which one is the best for you, and we can advise our customers like which one you need to use. Next slide, please. So company timeline, as I said, the product was tested 8 years ago, but the company was founded this year for a reason where we said, you know what, it's time now with all the dilemma going on in the world, and especially US, where a lot of people are losing their jobs. And this is the last thing where somebody will have a water issue and they have to pay a tremendous $15,000 bill, $60,000 bill when there's an issue. They need to save a lot of money. So that's why the company was founded in early this year, like April. We are already in operation. When did you anticipate? So we already been in operation right now. The question third is, when did you sell your first service? It's already been launched. We already have 20 customers. We are a little bit not pushing it towards this unless we bring a big company or a big thing like that. And then we're going to move into the commercial side as well. So that's a question. Where do you operate? Right now, we're looking at USA and Canada for a reason. USA and Canada, the houses are built with our 2x4s, and the water can seep through it. In the other part of the country and of the world, you have more like a concrete, and it's not that a big deal about it if there's a water. But yes, there are concerns. So they have marble on the floors, and somebody can slip and have bodily injuries. But right now, we have enough on our hand to even just to manage US and Canada. That'll be a big deal. Next slide, please. Okay, so problem we're trying to solve. I'm sure all of you have seen these kind of pictures. These are pictures, but you may have encountered these issues in their home in some time in the past, right? What we are doing, so we are actually helping customers prevent water leaks. How we do that? That's another question. We will be talking about it in a second. We do predictive maintenance and plumbing infrastructure in the property. As I said, they are behind the walls. No one knows unless something big happens. That's, oh, I didn't realize this is a big issue. What we do, we monitor the real-time water leaks detection and notifying customers like Intel Inside component. Next slide, please. So this is a water leak life cycle. So water leak is in the middle. What is the cause? Like why? How did that happen, right? How you fix remediation? How long will it take to normalize and remove your headaches to get it back into normal life? How much is going to cost you? I mean, it's going to be like at minimum 500 up till 50,000. There is no limit. How big the damage is. And then you have to deal with insurance claims. They're going to come, they look at it, they give you maybe 20%, 80%. Who knows what they're going to give you? They're not our friends. Let's be very clear. They're going to save their money, not us. And the unrecoverable loss, like if you have something, a painting was on the wall and got destroyed. What are we going to do with it? That's gone, right? And then we have environmental issues. We are losing a lot of water even if you look at it, you have a running toilet. You're going to have a $3,000 bill, and think about it. All the water that we've lost went down the drain. So that's why we come in and fix the environmental issues as well. And even in the home, when there's a water leak and go unnoticed, you may have a mold, you have structural damages, all kind of stuff undergo environmental issues. Next slide, please. So how we generate revenue? We are very simple. So there are two folds. One, we help with the customers and give them, design the system. Like if somebody say, can you come to my home? We design the system. Okay, you need to put your sensor here, sensor there. There's a reason for it. We have a whole, what you call engineering mindset behind the thing is like, I can tell you really quickly. Let's say you have a floor, flat floor, and you say, I need to put it somewhere here. Anybody can put anywhere. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to bring an 8 feet level and show you which way the water going to flow if there's a leak. Put on the corner. They're your best bet. That's why we come in. and we design and deliver systems as your requirements. We constantly do test and evaluate the vendor capabilities, and if the solution changes, we will let you know. And then we're gonna be, we are working on right now on the AI ML solution in predictive maintenance. So going back to the subscription is, our key revenue generation is monitoring service. We'll help you to give you advice where to put the sensors, help you where to buy it, but our key revenue generator going to be the monthly subscription fee, which we're going to see in the next slide. Next slide, please. All right. So sample pricing and subscription options. As I said, sensors, I will help you to pick it up. In average home, you probably need 4 to 6 sensors. Like if you have 3 bathrooms, kitchen, water heater, wash and dryer, or HVAC, you name it, sump pump, average 4 to 6. To average one-time cost of ownership of these sensors, $60 to $85. If you probably gonna put one more, maybe $100. It's a one-time. You buy it, you own it, it's yours. Monthly monitoring fee is $29.99 per month for a residential customer. And you have a 1 month free with a yearly sign up. But here's a but. Monthly monitoring fee discounts. As we are growing, we know it's a civic duty to help our neighbors, help our elderly, our family members, friends, aging community. I've been hearing a lot, and the 1 Million Cup family. I will have a discount. I work with our leadership. Okay, listen, we're gonna have $5 to $10 discount for them. And then we're gonna have a free trial, 30-day, 60-day trial kits available. Just ask us, we'll take care of it. Next slide, please. Okay, benefit, very quick because we are running out of time. Benefits pyramid, you all know that. 24/7 monitoring, a low TCO solution provides predictive, but we do provide predictive, not reactive. A lot of people are reactive. Reduce headaches, positive guest experience for hotels or someone come your home, you say, hey, there's a smell in the home. Reduce physical body injuries, that's mostly for a lot of people who can slip. Non-intrusive installation, you just put it in, you don't do anything. And if you look at my screen, this is what all it is about, right? Reduce lost opportunity costs, reduce insurance claims, because if you don't have any, you can talk to them and they might drop your insurance claims. Next slide, please. Sorry, I'm gonna go fast now. Okay, what do you offer? Design and monitoring. We have an ideal client, yep, homeowner, HOAs, hospital, HMOs, assisted living, you name it. Wherever you have water, we are there. Unique value, we design, we custom design. As I mentioned, we come and we tell you where to install it. It's a novel idea. No one else is doing it right now, what we're doing right now. What differentiates you? We have a monitoring service to do this. Other people do it. That's not their prime offerings. This is, for me, it's a prime offering. I know exactly what they do, what they're doing. I did 20 years ago. I moved on. I stay with this. Next slide, please, for a reason. Okay, ideal client. Niche homeowners, as we said, hospitality industry, home association, vacation home, potential partners, water mitigators like Service Master, Service Pro, community water company like Fairfax Water, Arlington Water, who name it, because they would like to conserve water rather than going through the drain, right? Smart City is a project going on. I've been trying to talk to them. Insurance companies, economic authorities, Fairfax Economic Authority, Arlington, Alexandria, all of them, we need to talk to them. Marketing channels, social media, LinkedIn, we are already there. We have been doing targeted direct targeting pitch right now, flyer distribution, emails, phone call in person. What we get out of it? Nothing. No one returns the calls, no one picks up the phone, no one replies to your emails as usual. B2B, B2C, both, we can do both of them. And looking at trade shows to go do some speaking on there, talk to them and educate people for awareness. Next slide, please. I'm gonna go fast. Competitors, Simply Safe is there. You have other Vivinet, you have alarm.com. They all have different, their focus right now is mostly security monitoring cameras, or maybe door open, door close, but their offering is not, their primarily is not a water leak. Even they mention very hidden somewhere in the website, hard to find, but that's not their primary offering. We primarily offer the water leak. Next slide, please. Okay, how we leverage compare to expand. Competitors don't really monitor preventively for water leaks. That's will be, maybe we down looking at, maybe they're gonna do acquisition. We get to 50,000, 20,000 customers. Trust me, we'll be on their radar. Somebody gonna say, we're gonna buy them out. I think that's what the problem was. They could not scale with this kind of technology because they didn't know what to do. Next slide, please. Summary, product, water sensor, as we said, business model, monthly subscription stage. We are piloting, launch B2C, B2B, audience, we all know anyone, homeowner, HOA, what we need to do, build scale, secure visibility, close business, find leverage, potential partners. We already know everyone can become a partner once we have a big audience, paid customers, competition, as we said, Simply Safe. I think they're all going to be looking at us. I'm actually working with the vendor to have our own name on it and have all the ideas to bring in AI and ML built into those kind of these small 2 by 2 inches kind of stuff in there. Pilot DMV for right now. I don't want to go anywhere outside DMV right now because things are going to get out of hand. Regional USA, Canada eventually, but right now Nova, DMV area stick here. And maybe down the road when we go national, we're probably looking at franchise or acquisition when to grow. Next slide, please. Challenge question. How do I quickly move scale, again, back to the same one, and close my water sensor monitoring service from early adopters to enterprise pilots and strategic partnerships, so it becomes the go-to industry standard for predictive water damage prevention, not just a niche solution. I've already been talking to Fairfax County Green Business Initiative. I have a call with them this afternoon to let them know why we become handy, because we're going to save the water. So next slide, please. I think that's pretty much it.
That is your last slide, Mr.
That was the
Saeed.
last one, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Thank you so much. That was wonderful. Thank you.
Did I make an 8 minutes or 6? I don't know.
Doesn't matter. You did it
Okay.
well. Doesn't matter. You're good. You're good. We've
Okay,
got plenty of
thank
time. So we're going to move into Q&A. And forgive me, Jane, but who's moderating Q&A?
I am. Melinda.
Melinda, you got that? All right,
I've
my
got
dear. Over to you. I am going to stop sharing the screen so we can see everybody.
Perfect.
There we go. And so remember, raise your hand and Melinda will come around in order and you can ask your question. Over to you.
Outstanding presentation, Seeman. Just want to remind everybody that ask your question, only ask one question at a time. Put your hand back up if you've got another question. The more questions Seeman gets, the more or input he gets, it's a really helpful for building his brand. So with that, we have a bunch of hands in the air.
Already? Wow.
Yeah. And I see that I've got James, I've got Tom, and I've got AJ to start with. So take it away again, James.
Oh, I had a question. Sorry, I just lost it because I think actually
We'll come
Tom
back to
was.
you.
I think Tom was first. That's what caught me off.
Okay.
Tom had his hand. So Tom, you go
Okay.
first. Then AJ, then me.
Yep. Go
You're
ahead,
on
Tom.
mute,
You're
Tom.
on mute. Tom, you're still on mute.
I really didn't say that out loud. So the sensor that you have in the house, where does it go to? Who does it alert?
You saying where you put them in the house?
Well, that's a good question too, but the next one is that you have a central location that it signals to?
So this is very funny. I'm just getting a water alert right now as we speak. And where is it coming from? It's the attic from my home, because I have an HVAC in the attic. It's already complaining there's a water in the pan. I don't know why. After this call, I have to rush upstairs.
In your own
because
house.
Okay.
How's that happen?
Because I don't know, maybe there's a water condensation going on, or I don't know what happened. Well, that's a good question to find out, right? What
All
happened?
right, so basically what you're saying is, though, if I have one in my house, it signals to my cell phone.
Your cell phone and my monitoring service. So there are two parts to it, and there's a reason for it. When you are, so the first question, where do you put them? So we can put under the sinks, behind the toilets. You can put behind next to your water heater, because water heater has a tendency or potential to leak. If you have a sump pump, put next to it because it's gonna leak, right? If you have a well, you put next to the well. If you have a washer dryer, put next to it. So, and you can put a double side tape behind it and stick it there. It's gonna stay there forever. It's not gonna move. Now, what your question is, what happened up there? There could be a condensation, and that probably triggered it. And then there's two parts. One comes to the cell phones on yours and to the monitoring service. Why I'm giving to you a power as well. You need to be aware what's going on in your home. The second, why we need it, because in case you work for a skiff, and I've been working the skiff for all my life, where the cell phones are sitting outside in the locker room. I'm sleeping right now, or I have a dead service. Only, as I said, one drop is enough. If you don't catch it right time, you come out 5 minutes, you have a catastrophe in your home. That's why we take over and what we're going to do, when you sign up, you will see we ask for 3 phone numbers, yours, your second backup, and your third backup, because I know my kids, they do not answer the phone, right? That's why we need someone, 3 numbers, even maybe one of your neighbors who has a key. Hey, can you go and look at it? Because I'll be constantly getting alerts. Somebody need to go look at it. Did I answer your question now?
Yeah, that's good enough. I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Next, we have AJ, Milani, John Foster, and eventually James. Put your hand up again, please.
So Seeman, good presentation. Good to learn what you have. My technical question here is, and then I have commercial, maybe I can ask in the next round. You talked about applying AI and ML, machine learning, into the solutions you are providing. So where exactly you think your AI and ML will apply here, how, and then how it's going to benefit the customer?
Beautiful question. I knew you're going to bring it in. So right now, you're only looking at the water sensors right now for leak. What I'm looking at is working with my designers and my architects. You have what they call flow meters, where when you are water's pumping in from your meter, right? Like a water meter coming in. If you put the flow meters, it's giving you a lot of data. So AI gonna start learning your behavior. Like if you take a shower in the morning, like 8 a.m., right? Every day, it's gonna say, okay, this much water is flowing through your system right now. You do at 2 o'clock, you do the flush, you do this. So it's learning all your habits right now. In case if there is at 11 p.m. or a.m., there's a small variation in the water, is going up for that long, it's gonna predict something is not right in your home. What is going on? Is it gonna stop within 5 seconds? If you take a shower, 20 minutes, it stop. Or if it did not stop, there's something not going on because it's measuring the flow. Again, this is the idea we are working on right now, but this is where we're going with it. So flow meter.
You're collecting is kind of a business intelligence, and then working some kind of decision support around it to have the customer actually take.
So the second part to it, so we're talking about from the meter coming into your home. So you're looking at the inside. Now, if you think about it, Fairfax County owns my water, right? So they have up to the meter. I happen to be one at one of the property of my tenants. They had I got a big huge bill, and I said, what happened? It leaked at the meter. So if they put some technology like this, because they give us information like a workly this much you have used this. If they use it, they can take advantage of it as well. So yes, but this is what we are going with it. Maybe in 6 months down the road, you will probably see something coming up. That's what I have that's what my designer and my software developer is with me, so he can hear it, so we can start brainstorming now. That's why I brought him for a reason. And by the way, he's not in US, he's overseas. So if we are ready to go to 1 million cup overseas, he can be our ears and eyes.
Thank you.
Next, we have Milani, John Foster, James.
Oh my God.
Jen. So, Seeman, you don't have to do a really long answer. You want to get a lot of questions.
Very quick. Okay, perfect. Well, that's explained, right? Okay, good. Next.
So I think your product is excellent. I've had leaks with my water heater, with bathroom, with the kitchen sink. I've had Airbnb renters whose kids played in the bathroom and destroyed, leaked into the ceiling. I had a lot of damage, etc. So my question to you is, I put it in chat, have you considered working with residential and retail title companies so that when people buy new homes, commercial and residential, the title companies can refer you real estate agents, Airbnb? This would be huge for them because Airbnb has an insurance claim that, like, if someone damages my property, then they have to compensate me. So this would be a benefit to Airbnb. So those are just my thoughts if you've considered those channels.
They are on the horizon. That's what the question was. When I send an email, phone call, whatever, no one could return your call. That's why we need to scale. We need to find brand ambassador partners with us who can help me with those kind of stuff. Absolutely, you're on point. What we need looking for. Absolutely. Next, please.
We've got John Foster, James, Greg, Jen.
Somebody on mute.
John,
Yep,
you're
I
on
am.
mute.
I'm now off mute. Seeman, thank you so much. I got to tell you, this personally hits home because I've dealt with a water backup in my basement several years ago. It was a disaster. Thank goodness it was covered by insurance. But right now, I had a leak in the siding because of incorrect installation of siding.
Yeah.
And so that I'm still going through that nightmare. So what you're doing is definitely needed. Two thoughts real quick. My next door neighbor is a works for one of the big home builders. To me, this would be huge for them because it could help them from a service standpoint for their first year guarantee with new homes. So that would be one thing. And then the other thing is going back to LinkedIn, I did see that the company is on LinkedIn. Seeman, I couldn't find your profile. And if I did, I saw a profile, and I don't know if it was for you or not. But to me, you're part of you're this company. And so I think your presence, is important because you come across very well.
Yeah. So you're absolutely right on what you said about the new builders. Actually, interestingly, about last Monday, there was a expo on downtown mall where the home builders came in and did their fabricated homes. And I throw the idea, and I have the names and everything. I said, you can sell a smart home because when you have those model home, if you put those under those things, there's a leak, you will find out. They said, we love it. Let's talk to them. I don't know if I'm going to be successful or not, but we'll see. Yes, I'm going towards that as well. You're right. So that's why I'm here. You guys need to call your neighbors, you'll talk to them, bring me in, and we have a cup of coffee with them. How about that?
Great.
James, you're next.
Thanks, Melinda. Seeman, I'm going to try and keep my question to your actual challenge question, which is how do you scale through early adopters? So one of the areas you looked at were like HOAs, right? Is on your hit list. I would encourage you to kind of move off of that because HOAs don't give a crap, right? They don't care. They have no buy-in to my house. This is my house. I would start looking at large apartment management companies, right? Because what you're trying to get to is volume, right? You want to get to volume plays. So I would be talking to people who are in that space who then could maybe introduce your product into all of their apartments. They're already getting rent. They have a vested interest in making sure none of these apartments get flooded because then it falls back on them. So the people we want to be talking to are people who've got a vested interest in making sure this doesn't happen. You could get a list of those companies across Fairfax or the DMV. I wouldn't email them. I would call them, right? Because they're not going to respond to an email. But if I've got an apartment block that has, I'm going to call it 75 apartments, and I can get them to install that as part of the rental, as part of the gig. When someone moves in, here's what you also get. You work a deal with them. That's one group instead of individual people. So I would start thinking about a strategy going down that path because I think that's going to be the fastest way to get volume than doing it the other way. Does that make sense?
Absolutely. So I'm already working on those people already. So
yeah, don't send emails though, brother. You got to get in touch. You got to find someone to connect you.
I actually did walk-ins, and walk-ins, they say, oh, he's busy. I got lucky. I got one person, he's interested. So I'm working on it. But you're right. HOA, no, but in some places, HOA have their newsletters, and I put the ad in there already, which is good. But you're right. So I was telling Melinda the day, the Rotunda in McLean, it's the biggest customer I have because it's an old building, leaking all the time, condominium, all other issues. Someone needs to knock at the door and say, listen, guys, you need it.
Yeah.
So again, we're working towards it.
Find a condo guy.
Yeah.
That's the way to do it. All right. I'm good.
Thank you.
Greg, you're next, Jen, and then I've got a quick comment.
Seeman, thank you for the presentation. Really enjoyed it. And I think you've got a great product that solves a real problem for a large group of people. To your question about scaling, I love the energy. My thought would be to temper that just a little bit with focus and some discipline. because you could easily go after a lot of different types of people with very subtly different offerings, and that can become a challenge as you're trying to figure all that out. I would identify the one target, like James just talked about, property managers, large buildings, and work through 10 or 12 of them at a time. The phrase slow is smooth and smooth is fast is I think very appropriate here. As you go through this and you craft these into business processes and steps and training content, and your packages and your agreements, you're going to uncover certain nuances with each and every type of customer. And if you're going after 12 of them at once, it's going to be, I think it's going to slow you down and your delivery may not be as excellent. So that's one thing, is do some testing, work through some models, figure out where you think your best target is, and then put 100% of your attention on that group of people. Offer some prorated, hey, beta this with us, right? If we give this to you at cost, would you do a testimonial? Do it for free for 10 or 15 people for 3 months, and capture those stories to go after the next round. That would be some thoughts I'd give you on scaling. Focus. Perfect. And go slow.
That's great feedback. Yeah, I have one customer where already I'm working on it. So there's a dilemma now. For all of you guys. Somebody told me go to the on-site engineer and talk to them. So when I did that, he said, that's not my call. I have to talk to the management. When you could talk to the management, there's a mute. Nothing happened. So we have to find a sweet spot, like how do I get their attention? And I agree, Greg, I already have a built-in 90 days free kits. Take 10 of them, put it in, and we show you the results. But again, getting the sweet spot, like how do we get in, is the biggest challenge right now.
Jen, you're next.
Thank you. If you haven't already, and you might have, I think whether you're trying to get LEED certified and be a standard in that certification process, or whether you're trying to be considered by State Farm or insurance companies, they will definitely need data to show that your system works. And so what I might recommend is writing a white paper or a video version of a white paper, or some way to communicate, here's what we have, here's how we could do this. It could be co-branded, etc. But I think a lot of people are going to look for data. And so whether you're crafting a co-branded proposal opportunity for a property management company, or a bigger company like State Farm or getting LEED certified, I would just make sure you've got those proposals, those case studies, that type of white paper ready to go from a marketing standpoint. And I did go to your website earlier this week and there was a security flag. I think it's just because you need to install a certain thing, or maybe my website thingy is very sensitive. But just make sure it's easy for people to get to your website and find you.
Yeah, okay. No, it's working now. There was a certificate issue of the day, but it was only on Firefox, I think. I was working okay, but it's been fixed. I hear your point, white papers, yes. So actually, I have done a lot of case studies. I have about 32-page another presentation, which was curtailed only to 6 minutes in this one. If you guys want to really, we can have another chat offline, and I can show you what's in there. It's real data about a case study for a hotel where they can be saving $1 million a year by just doing that. So yeah, but we have a lot of stuff. Yeah. But I'll appreciate if you guys want to help me out and look at those kind of stuff. Thank you.
Next, I'm just going to make a quick comment, because when James was talking about all of the opportunities, I thought of fire departments, because they put in fire alarms for free. Maybe there's a way to tie them into also putting in your and installing your product. So I just wrote it down as a note. With that, I'm going to pass it on to John Norse, and then back to AJ, and then back to James.
Team, I have just 2 questions. What does your service cost? You have 20 customers. What are you charging them? Or are these free customers?
So these are mostly family and friends, neighbors. It's a free right now. I can charge them $2, $5, but it's a free right now.
Have you figured out where your price point, where you would enter the market yet?
I started with $29.99, but I can drop it to $15. Yeah, $15 will be fine to scale up, and then we'll see down the road.
Okay. So you don't have any data on that. You're just guessing that $15 would be
I have the data, but the thing is, the way we have done is overseas monitoring and stuff. It's going to be very cheap. Again, we are not going after one or two. We are looking at millions and millions of homes. So it's a volume-based business. So as we go up, our business go down. But I have a whole math behind the scenes where I can actually it's much cheaper than even $9.99 per month for
And
the.
then the second thing is just advice. If you're talking to people and they're not able to make decisions, you're talking to the wrong people.
Yeah.
And when I say that's your fault, you need to make sure when you talk to somebody, are you able to make this decision? If not, you're wasting your time.
Yeah.
That's just fundamental of sales. You know, you want to make sure that you're getting in front of the decision makers so that you're not wasting your time. But you know, that's just friendly sales advice.
You know, I agree with you. I agree with you. You're right. Otherwise, you spend a half an hour with them, and guess what? Nothing, right? You waste your time. I totally agree with you. Yep.
So next we've got AJ, James, John, and then Jen, why don't you ask your question and then do the last question of the day?
Yeah,
I'm
so
looking at the time.
say my suggestion or comments carrying forward from what John just mentioned, reaching out direct to the decision makers. There are some associations, I don't remember the name, but which consists of the management companies and the realtors, the commercial realtors. So getting into those kind of associations might help, cutting the red tape. And that's something which I've been facing, particularly, when you go to the larger franchisors, how to, get through the gatekeepers.
Agree with that. I totally agree with that.
So next we've got James, John R, and then Jen.
I've got a two-part question. Sorry, I'm breaking the rules. Seeman, large plumbing organizations, do they look at you as a partner or a threat?
Threat.
You're
Threat.
a threat, right?
Threat.
So they're already off the map. Cool.
Nope. Yeah, I talked about it for so many, and Belinda and I were talking the same question. Nope, it's a threat.
It's a threat. Perfect. So I am going to jump on what Greg said, and I'm going to try and reiterate a little bit of what I said earlier. I don't think you have a marketing problem. I think you got a focus problem.
Okay.
And if I'm you, I'm going to condense my activity. I'm going to go after associations, and I'm going to go after associations that have management companies as part of that. And I'm just going to focus getting my message right to get those people engaged with me.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to worry about anybody else yet. Because I think that what you're going to run into, based on what I've just went back through your slide again, there's like 15 different types of businesses and organizations in there. And every single one of those, whether you like it or not, will respond to a different kind of message, right? So if I'm you, as Greg said, I think you get hyper focused, and it's much easier to go and find 12, 15, 20 management companies that you can then start to have conversations. And you may find that some of these people will go, if you want to install it for free, I'm happy to do it, and we'll just stick it on the rent. Again, you got to figure out what the real problem is and their buy-in. But I sincerely believe, my friend, that you got to get yourself focused in.
Yes.
And that's what I would start, because I'm needing volume.
Yes. Yeah.
Right. I want somebody to install 150 of these things at one time.
Yes.
I don't want to do six a day or six a week,
No,
whatever.
I agree
right?
with you. I agree with
Okay,
you.
I'm dead.
No,
Mr.
you're right on spot. Yep. You're right.
John, you're next.
Yes, so I want to echo those comments. When I saw your description of your primary market, it was everyone. And your pricing model, which is a B2C model, has nothing to do with the feedback you've just received. There are privately held businesses in the DMV of real estate companies who own 1,000 plus apartment units across. There's a fellow in Maryland who I'll introduce you to separately. I believe what James said and Greg Ballard followed up on narrowness. I'm a very simple person. go narrow and deep in that area. I believe the acronym NVBIA is Northern Virginia Building Industry Association, and AOBA, I believe, Apartment Office Building Association, are two to look at. I think the original comment I want to add is you need a salesperson doing it, not you, Seaman.
Exactly. You're right on spot. I'm not a sales guy. I'm a
Tell
designer.
everyone else that, by the way. Don't answer me. Tell everyone else I was right on spot. I'll have you speak with my family later.
Okay, okay. No, you're actually right. I'm not a sales guy. I'm just,
Yes.
I'm not a sales guy. Actually, you're right. So,
Not bad, Norse, huh?
yeah. After all, right? You're right. First time today in
Thank you.
2025. Yeah,
Thank you so much for your
yeah,
presentation.
yeah. Go
John
ahead.
Norris, if you can be really quick, I'm going to end up with Jen and she's going to ask her question. And
Yeah, I was just going to say, Seaman, I think one of the challenges that you're going to face, listen, I think it's a great innovation, but I think the reality of what you're going to face is you're similar to, say, a warranty. Someone buys a TV from Best Buy, and for $100, they can buy a warranty. As you may be aware, that's a very low percentage of people that purchase that warranty because, like, well, it's brand new, and for $100, whatever, I'll save my money. Obviously, very new homes that are built, people are not going to be convinced that they need it because they have a warranty potentially or something from the builder. I'm not trying to be negative. I'm just saying I think with the education that you have to provide of saying here's how it works and here's what it prevents, and if someone hasn't had that experience of having a water issue, they may not be convinced of the value of your services. And that's why I asked earlier about the price. I mean, I understand what you think it'll tolerate, but it's the price of your service is what someone's going to pay you for it, not what you're going to establish. And at $9.99, it sounds a whole lot more attractive because it's $9.99. Think about the model of Planet Fitness, $10 for a gym membership, right? You want to talk volume, there it is. So I would test market prices. I think you have a lot of work ahead of you. I think it's a great idea, but I really think you have a lot of, I see you're confident in your product as you should be. I think you have a pretty good mountain to climb here to execute this in volume.
Wait until you see the last question where you're going to see the price. You're going to blow up your mind. Okay, next question. But you're right. I totally agree with you. I'm totally agree with you. Yeah. So the one comment I'm going to make is what I was showing you, the target audience was for a reason, not that I'm going to go each one of them. I'm showing you the value, like how much is going to grow, right? But to your point, I have to focus on one. I totally agree with you. I cannot be everywhere, right? So yeah, I'm sorry. I think Jen has a question.
Jen is next with her question and then the final question of the day.
Okay.
I was putting a lot of content in chat for reference later. One thing that would be helpful, I think, is a competitor one sheet. I know Finn has a collaboration with Nationwide, and Nationwide offers that water monitoring device at a 15% discount if you use it as a Nationwide member. So I would just think through who are the competitors, no kidding, and have that really clearly defined. I did also put in a couple of conferences for next year. I think it's, from an awareness standpoint, going to builders conferences or things like that would be something to consider. So I think with that, James, if you can pop up the slides. This has been a great conversation, everybody. Thank you so much for all of your commentary, questions, ideas. Definitely save the chat. I will also upload the chat file in a moment.
Yeah, please do that because I didn't get a look at it. So I think you may have it. Good. So to your point, State Farm is, yes, promoting it. I thought they're doing it with AD&T because one of a friend might got it.
Yeah.
They're giving you for free for first year, but next year AD&T gonna charge them like $80, $90 per something like that. Yes. And that's exactly what I was working with the insurance companies as well. And even Dominion Power, because they're trying to sell the services now for your water line and this, so that'll be a perfect for them as well. So
One of the things I might recommend now that you've got more focus on the property management piece, I would reach out and just do an info call with them. Hey, what are you using right now? How would this help you lower your insurance premiums? How can we collaborate? Because it's those types of info sessions are mini focus groups, one-on-one, that give you lots of information. You're not trying to sell them anything, you're trying to learn. And sometimes that can create some great introductions. With that, what else can our community do for you? And then I'll hand it back over to Melinda.
Okay, now it's going to be a very challenging question for all of you guys. So I think I have a slide for that. Do I?
No.
Melinda, no?
This is the question you just answered. What can we do to help you?
Okay, so right now we have about 18 people over here. I will do is call me, sign up. The monitoring fee will be $3 for each one of you as a special discount. Don't tell anyone. But if you have your friends, family, your parents who are living by themselves, hey, that will be a good service for them. I can even give them for free. Honestly, I care about our elderly, right, community. Sign up, send your friend, become brand ambassadors of Water Leaks. You'll be happy that you say, you know what, we promoted that. We are the champions of that thing. So definitely I will help, as everybody's saying, we have contacts. Open your Rolodex, call them, let me know, introduce, and we go from there.
With that, I'm going to pass it back to James to take over the slides and finish the program.
Who said Seeman wasn't a salesman?
I'm not. I'm just trying. Hey, I'm trying to help our neighbors. How about that? So I actually have a very real story. My next door neighbor, she's 85 years old, single woman, big house, lives by herself, no family, no nothing. I take care of the house. She calls me for every small thing. Even when the remote not working, I go there. She cannot walk. She has electric chair going up and down. Her basement is a huge. And every time I have to go and turn the water off, turn water on, because it's identical house. I am thinking, as you know what, I put it there for myself, for my sake, because I don't want to get a call from her. Hey, there's a water in the house. So I will tell her there's a water house in the house and I'll go fix it. So this is the power where a monitoring service can help you. You know what I mean? So for specific, this kind of a community.
We got you, Seeman. Don't worry. We got you. So next week, Seeman, again, thank you once more. That was awesome. Next week, Luis De La Hoz is going to be here. Luis is online now, right? He's here?
Yeah.
He's here.
Excellent. So we are looking forward to that. Thank you for doing that. So all you guys that are here, tune in next week again. And we've got another great presentation coming up. Upcoming events, we will get these into the chat and you guys can go and check them out. As we always say, you know, we're in an area where you can network, you know, every day, 10 hours a day. There's no shortage. But these are some of the ones that we think are probably most relevant to you guys. Our presenter schedule. So we just had Seeman. Next week, Luis is coming on. October 1st, which is our hybrid session. We always do a hybrid the first Wednesday of the month. So Margot Halstead will be coming back. We had Margot on probably 5 months ago. So she's coming back to update us on where she is with her business. And then we have some open slots. So if you would like to present, the QR code in the bottom right-hand corner of the screen, scan that. Let us know you want to present, and someone from the organizing team will come and contact you. As always, do us a favor, help spread the word. You can get us on YouTube if you want to go back and look at past presentations. There was a really good one that was done last week. It was amazing. Oh yeah, that was me. And then we have you can get us on LinkedIn and on Facebook and on X. All the links in one place. Again, we're going QR code crazy here. There's like QR codes all over the place. Get the QR code and spread the word. And with that, we will close this down again. Seeman, thank you so much. That was amazing. Hopefully, you got everything you wanted from the 1 Million Cups